Welcome to your Friday. Damn dirty thing. Still available. Hey, Shadowhawk.
Well,
What's going on? Hello.
nothing
How
much.
you doing,
Just
mate?
got in, got settled in after work here, trying to warm up.
Yeah. How cool is it there?
I think it was like 12 last time I looked.
Oh, wow. Well, prayers to you, my friend. I'm sharing screen. There's nothing there. Oh, off to a great start.
No,
Hey, welcome to the 4 o'clock shadow. Mr. Low Energy here. We're going to be covering, you don't have to be high energy or do you, to enjoy some good cheesecake art like Dave Stevens. Great stuff. Look at this Detective Comics. I'd like to know what number that is and how can I get it? Wonderful.
yeah, that's great.
Catwoman being carried off. Old sort of movie serial Batman cowl there, Shadowhawk on his head.
Mm-hmm.
And is that supposed to be a flamethrower, I guess, in the Joker's hands? I can think of no better
Yeah, I think so.
not to do than to give Joker a flamethrower.
Yeah, probably not the best idea.
I think this is supposed to be a distress cover because you see up in the right hand corner a little white there, and then that down below you got breakage of color that I guess he put in there by design or the colorist did, like it's a little distress cover. But it's a little new too looking, artwork to really pawn off as a old book, but it looks good. It looks good. Let's see. Oh, it doesn't even have you in the picture. Where are you at? There you are.
There
There you are. Smaller, but yeah, there
so
you are.
tiny, I got shoved all the way up in the corner.
Well, that's the system. That's just, not by design, but
It's StreamYard, it's no big deal.
yeah, well, I could probably help it along a little bit. Here's Aurora in flight. I remember this on one of the Eclipse comics covers. It's a print of it. Run away. Of course, The Rocketeer will forever be a great movie. Look at this one, Little Hot Stuff.
Yeah, there you go.
He died at like 53, I believe, 53 or 54, very young. You know, we've already surpassed him in age.
Oh,
It's
that's
a
bummer. I
shame.
didn't know he was dead. I thought he was still alive.
No, he died fairly young, but not as young as like Michael Turner that was in his 30s, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Michael Turner was. Yeah.
Of course, he's known for Rocketeer. This is a wonderful Rocketeer piece here. I don't know what's going on with the coloring on that, but known for the Rocketeer and the Rocketeer movie, you know,
Mm-hmm.
which was kind of like a takeoff of the Sky Captain. Here's another cover by him. Betty Page, Queen of the Nile. That's kind of when I discovered Betty Page, I guess, was in the Rocketeer. He did more for Betty Page, being sort of like the queen of retro than anything, you know?
Yeah.
Look at them Catwoman titties. Catwoman titties.
Mm-hmm.
Omer says. Omer in the house. We got Raul and T in the house. Hey, Raul. We got
Hey, Omer,
Elsie in
Raul,
the house.
Raul T.
Elsie's in the
Welcome.
house.
How's
Hey,
you?
Elsie.
What's up, buddy?
Any precipitation on your end, Shadow?
We had just a little dusting of snow like this morning, right when I got to work. Other than that, nothing to speak of.
You
Just
remember
cold.
the Who's
Cold.
the DC's Who's Who, which was kind of like A to Z Marvel.
Mm-hmm. That's the Marvel Universe. Handbook of the
Yeah,
Marvel Universe. Yeah.
yeah. He did Phantom Lady, which is an old DC character from the Golden Age that I kind of got to know through All Star Squadron.
His ladies did not miss leg day, that's for sure.
No, he's got those Betty Grable legs, you know. I don't know. He's got that sort of fit 40s cheesecake style, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of his influences was Wally Wood, among others.
Right.
There's a Catwoman. I don't know if that's of Earth 1 or Earth 2. I've actually got an approval cover, front and back cover to this Rocketeer piece here.
Yeah, that's a nice cover there. I like that.
Nice magazine. Yeah, actually got a front and back approval cover of that one. There's that Alien Worlds with Aurora on the cover. I bought that back in the day from Pacific Comics. Okay, yeah, he had some Pacific Comics. And then when they kind of died out, some of that stuff kind of went over to Eclipse. I don't know about titles, but I also bought this one back in the day. Anything Dave Stevens I about picked up. Mr. Monster, Eclipse Comics, Dr. Stern. Of course, we've had the creator of Mr. Monster on here once before. Got to talk to him about Mr. Monster and his work. He's been in almost a Little Rascals feel here, right? I mean, that's basically what that is around Mr. Monster, right? It's the Little Rascals. Got Petey there,
Yeah,
the little dog.
Yeah, kind of looks that way, doesn't it?
One dressed up as a cowboy, one dressed up as a pirate, and other's got like a Robin face mask on. It's kind of neat. Nice bat behind the logo.
Little black kid with all the little bows in the head. Yeah, it definitely looks like our gang.
Flodora, yeah, and they were called our gang before that. This is an homage to his. This is not his work, but that's an homage to the thumbnail I had. And they actually made a card number 128. He did this Luke Skywalker piece here. Star Wars Galaxy. Nice likeness of Mark Hamill. Dave Stevens, let's see, the portrait study of Luke on the face of this card was originally drawn in the winter of 1979. And there's a young Dave Stevens picture as a boy. Explains Dave Stevens and included in a group of additional drawings submitted to Lucasfilm for the Star Wars Sunday strip. Stevens, best known for his creation, The Rocketeer, also wrote and drew 2 complete Sunday pages for at the request of Lucasfilm. He returned the following summer, 1980, to assist artist Rick Hoberg in ghosting several weeks of Star Wars dailies. So he did some Star Wars stuff in the dailies and Sundays. And here's got to be an obscure one. Mimi Roden. Got the bad biker chick look. Think I lost Shadowhawk. Riley in the house. Woo! It's good to see Riley. Imagine some of this is hard to find. Here's a Rocketeer Adventures. Yipes. IDW came out with. 1992 piece of the Rocketeer. Dave Stevens. And yeah, DNA Agents. I remember this cover with, I believe I still have a copy of this, or went back and got a copy of it, had it originally. And I think I've gotten it because it's just such a great cover for DNA Agents. There you are. I lost you for a minute.
Well, yeah, I got kicked somehow or another. I don't know what happened there.
Did you ever pick up any of the Rocketeer stuff? I was pretty into it. I think I had I had an enamel pen and did some, back even in the 80s, you could send off, in the mail for stuff. And
yeah,
I'm not sure if I ever.
Like I said, I didn't do a whole lot of movie property stuff, back in the day.
Well, this was before the movie came out. Of course, he was in the comics.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But yeah, I wasn't even aware of Rocketeer until the movie, and then after that, it was like,
yeah,
I don't really.
Nice Johnny Quest cover done with Jade, a seldom seen character, but was in there. Of course, sort of Rice Bannon's girlfriend type spy, right?
Oh,
with
okay.
Bandit and Haji and Johnny Quest there. I think I have this one in my collection from Miko. The World of Wood. I think I've had this one. I've had this one before. I may not have it now, but little micro series, 1 of 4. They were calling theirs a micro series, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles did that too, but their micro series were basically one shots, kind of a spoof, I guess. This is the 1983 piece. World of Wood, which would have, covered Wally Wood's stuff, but little Dave Stevens cover there. Black Angel. I'm familiar with this character. World War II, obviously, character.
Oh.
Look at those breasts. Oh my gosh. That outfit shows everything, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It looks a little like what'd you say her name was? Black Angel.
Black Angel. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's chained, so I guess this would be considered a bondage cover. Here we go. Here's one I might still have in my collection. You could pick a Dave Stevens cover up for 50 cents bi-weekly, Eclipse Comics.
Wow.
You like Dave Stevens artwork? I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't get much
Oh,
better,
yeah.
I don't think.
He draws the ladies quite nicely. Hey,
Mhm.
LG and Alfonso in the chat. Welcome, boys. Homer, good to see you, Homer Glitch.
Of course, there was similar character to Rocketeer in the 50s, the Skymaster or whatever his name was, that had a rocket pack and everything. So,
I like Rocketeer's design, though. He's just a good-looking character.
yeah. And he's kind of got a Luger type weapon there. He always kind of carried a Luger, like, multiple shot German model.
Yeah.
Maybe he took it off of a German. I don't know. But yeah, it's always really good stuff, man. There it is, fully colored right there in the panel. I can't remember if I had a Rocketeer t-shirt or not. And I may still have it. I still have some of my old t-shirts that are way too small now. Here's one he did for Kamiko right there, a little Christmas scene, I think, but on an alien planet.
Hey, Eric. Welcome.
I always liked Kamiko. Kamiko was good. But I really enjoyed Pacific Comics while they were around. Hey, Eric and Boyd, I have several Dave Stevens posters on my wall. That's awesome. Because it didn't get much better than him, man. It's very, very cool. And
yeah, it's pretty darn good.
look at that. It's like a double page.
Oh,
well, that's a fold out right there because it's folded at the knees and right above the leopard's head there. So that's almost like a pinup, Well, exactly like a pinup.
That's centerfold.
I guess this is sort of like his preliminary drawing and the finished thing there. Killer possum. Our pirate killer possum. You got an eye patch. Cheesecake nurse.
They gotta have the eye patch.
Mm-hmm.
Like Kit Carter?
Oh yeah, I mean Kit Carter is definitely inspired by Dave Stevens stuff.
Oh yeah.
Or influenced by it. Yeah, I bet you that Aaron would tell you that too.
Oh,
Stick
I
with
imagine,
us
yeah.
for making memories. That's so neat. Rocketeer by Dave Stevens. There's the thumbnail right there. Legs straight out. Woo! Yo, doggy.
Mm-hmm.
Come get some, bitches. Yeah,
See, and
I
there
can
again,
just hear her saying that to the crowd right now.
Yellow background. That plain, bright yellow background. A lot of people used to utilize that back in the day. Don't see it very much anymore.
Pew, pew, pew. Come get some, bitches. We're out of here. Mm-hmm. Here's an obscure thing. Somebody from Kitchen Sink there. Full color Rocketeer sign in 10, I guess. And those things are going to hold up over time if they're well taken care of. I imagine you could probably pick one up still somewhere, but it might cost a little penny. But finding that ad is going to be something else, I had this one at one time. I don't know if I still do. Just great with a little Art Deco underneath him, Art Deco sort of theater building.
Mm-hmm.
It's got that 20s, 30s, 40s vibe. Here's a Vampirella done by him.
Oh, yeah, I remember this one. I got a poster of this one.
Do you really?
Yeah.
That's good. You know it was Dave Stevens' artwork?
No, I had no idea.
Wow. Well,
Bought it
look at
because I
those
thought it
trees.
looked good.
Those trees look gnarly. They look alive, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Like vines coming up out of the grave dirt. There we go. There's the full thing on that. Look at that. Without the logo. 1985 piece here.
Nice.
It's amazing how many sci-fi movies were out during the 80s. I mean, sci-fi, not in sci-fi movies, but I mean, sci-fi in the comics, you know, through like Pacific Eclipse, Kamiko. I mean, they during the what they call the black and white glut. This is not Dave Stevens artwork, but this is Blackthorn Publishing. This is Dave Stevens has artwork in this Planet Comics #2. I don't think I ever saw these Planet Comics. I did see some Blackthorn Publishing, and I do have a werewolf original page from the title Werewolf #1, I think. Special edition. I bought that when it came out from Eclipse Comics. Senorita. Just great stuff, man. Pacific Comics started out and kind of went over to Eclipse Comics.
Yep.
He was in issue with Steve Ditko, who did The Missing Man, which was interesting in itself, but I basically bought it for the Rocketeer stuff. Look at that Betty on the side of the plane.
Yeah.
Sort of.
That's a nice shot right there, too. Streaking alongside the plane. Very cool.
You know, I bought it as much for the coloring as I did the artwork too. Marvel and DC was doing nothing in coloring like this back then. You know,
no, yeah,
Pacific Eclipse. Like a lot of these had an image later, especially we talked about this, the out of focus lens flare or the blurred, you know, out of focus.
Mm-hmm.
They were not doing, and it started in the early 80s. There were, you know, when it came to color, they were old school, stick to the tried and true of what we did. And the alternative comics, I think people were drawn to them for the coloring job as much as anything.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the color, like on this, is far superior to what Marvel or DC was doing at the time. I have this one.
Well, I don't know too,
in what kind of shape. But,
you know, you had a little more freedom as an indie creator to kind of experiment with that kind of stuff, you know? Like if Marvel and DC started experimenting with color on Captain America or something, you know, it might not have gone over so well. Just say.
Say that again now. Say that again so I can let that really sink in.
As an indie publisher back in the day, you probably had more room to play around with different color styles and lens flares and experimental stuff than like the mainstream would be comfortable doing, you know, because they probably don't want to take a chance on Spider-Man and have a bunch of backlash. But why'd you color him that way? It's all fucked up, you know. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
I you know, like I said, that drew me. And when I go back and I look at the Pacific Comics and I look at some of the titles that I really enjoyed reading, I'm like, wow, just blown away by the coloring as much as anything.
Yeah.
It's just hands above anything Pacific Comics, Rocketeer. I had so many of these burn up in my fire. Oh my God. I probably had about a dozen copies of this. Maybe not that many, but I had 6 or 7, 8 copies of because I really went back while these were cheap, and I liked it so much. I thought the Rocketeer is going to do something. You know, it's going to do something, and eventually, yeah, it had a movie that was not. I mean, it was well received, but it wasn't a big thing. And as you know,
Yeah, it wasn't a mega hit, but it's
it
a
was
good
a little
movie though. I like
quirky,
that.
but everybody, you either love it or you hate it.
I think it got pretty good reviews overall. I mean,
Rocketeer's
like
debut.
it wasn't a massive, it wasn't Star Wars, but
From a backup in Star Slayer number 2 and 3, plus The Missing Man by Steve Ditko.
Sorry, guys, stretching over here.
This has got to be an obscure one here, recently picked up from my Dave Stevens collection. He says, video catalog 1995-96. Something weird. That's got to be $5. That was pretty pricey. And Dave Stevens had this small little female piece in it. That's got to be hard to find. Most people don't keep catalogs,
No, yeah.
I guess 95-96, but try and find that thing. My God. Very hard to find. Just, he could have done Rocketeer like this, just in like a sepia tone with black and white, and it would have been great. Would have looked like an old photograph, He didn't have to add color. I've totally forgotten about this, and I need to get this because it's got a Barry Windsor Smith. It's got Jack Kirby, Sergio Gomez, Steve Ditko, Neil Adams, Mike Grell, Bernie Wrightson. Pathways to Fantasy. Black sensitive cover. Try and get that near mint nowadays.
Oh wow!
Pacific Comics. I highly recommend it. I've had this before. Brian Bolton. There's Neil Adams with Skate Man. Twisted Tales there. But Dave Stevens is in that issue somewhere. I think you said you had this Mighty Men and Monster Maker. I've still got mine somewhere, and the different designs I did.
Yeah, I did when I was a kid. It's long gone now.
Mm-hmm. I think I still have mine out there, along with some of the typing paper things I did.
Mm-hmm.
This is Dave Stevens' first artwork here with another Johnny Quest piece. Creature. That's his first published work. Try and find that thing, which was probably extremely low print.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I don't know if that's a cover done by him, but probably. The Creature. That's kind of looks like it might say Mark Comics or Mar Comics. I'm not sure. Johnny Quest is cool enough, but you put a Dave Stevens cover on it, and wow. And that one's even signed by Dave Stevens right there in front of Race Bannon's chest. Love to have a book with signed by Dave Stevens, no matter what condition or how it was. And here's a Madman piece he did. You remember Al Rad's Mad?
Yeah, I remember Al. Madman was a cool character. I didn't know Dave worked on that.
Well, I mean, he did this piece. I mean, it was the All Red.
Yeah, probably a cover or something. Or...
Here's a better look at that with the box. I think I've still got my box and everything. I just thought it was so cool. I spent hours and hours designing different characters with this thing, and who knows?
You mix them up their heads and shoulders.
Yeah. I think they were saying maybe Dave Stevens worked on some of the designs for this, if not all of them. I'm not sure. So I don't know if that's true or not. That would be awesome.
That's cool. Yeah.
It's got a very curvy line, doesn't he?
Yes, he is.
Betty Grable legs. This is an early fanzine artwork piece from him from 1975. Nice little Luciferian. I guess this is like Volume 1, Number 2, May 1975. It's got something in there. Jack Kirby. Try and find that thing now. Some interior shots here. Looks a lot like what Aaron Lopresti was doing, doesn't it? Old 50 sci-fi.
Yeah.
Air bubble over the head and ray gun.
Old bubblehead.
Old bubblehead. Dave Stevens Hellboy. How about that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he Dave Stevens often inked over some others. Hey Ginkgo, I got a mighty monster maker in my pants, says Eric and Boyd. And he said it twice, so
maybe a mini monster maker.
Fantasy. Oh. Yeah, that's a good book. Yeah, I doubt I have that in my, but with that nice Barry Windsor Smith, it's going to be always desirable in being a black cover. I gave my Rocketeer comic and trading collection to a lady's friend's son years ago. He really thought Rocketeer was cool. Yeah, he was cool.
Yeah.
Mike Walters in the house. Hey, Mike.
That was awfully nice of you to do.
Yep. Seduction of the Innocent, Alien World, Sheena, King Kong. Yeah, I love those. I've tried to get those. Elvira, House of Mystery. He did a cover for that. Yep. So many great comics with Dave Stevens art. My goal to one day.
Oh yeah, I think they got one of his Elvira ones.
Oh, yeah, you probably do. I think I probably bought that. That was probably the only issue I bought because it had Dave Stevens cover.
Mm-hmm.
You got Dave
like
Stevens.
I
you got
didn't
some
realize
gold.
That Dave just looked good.
Say that again, Shadow.
Oh man, it's cold out here again.
Uh-oh. You taking a smoke?
Yeah, taking a smoke break. Oh man. It's miserable.
Mm-hmm. That's a more cartoony. That's not Dave Stevens, but cartoony look.
Mm.
Here. There, logo.
Hey, Alien World.
I mean, this is 1983. Look at the colors. Pacific Comics was. Oh, I wish Pacific Comics was only around for like 3 years, but I wish they had continued because they were just some of my favorite books.
Hey, Jenko and Mike Walters. Yeah, dude. I mean, it's 1983, but you look at the art, you would think that was like back from the late 60s, early 70s. Like the title, just the way it's.
Well, Pacific Comics was an early,
very cool stuff.
Was an early entry, and they were doing mail order stuff in the late 70s.
Oh well.
I like that when you make the character, the largest figure, in the scene. What usually it's with villains and not the hero. But when you make the hero or the villain oversized in a scene. That's always cool. Yeah, look at this one. Dark Horse here. Dark Horse Comics.
What's it called? Cheval Noir? Cheval Noir. Okay.
He wasn't afraid to show some nip, which, it's always obscured a little bit.
Pronounced the R. I think it's Noir, not Noir.
Noir. Okay, I know. Doc busts my chops on that all
the
time. 1976, early Dave Stevens. Look at this. Little EC character.
Yeah, I can't tell if that's the Crypt Keeper or it's not Abel.
No, the Witch. The old EC
the
Witch.
Ah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's hard to
some
tell.
Bernie vibes. The old Witch of EC's Haunt of Fear.
There you go.
And here he is on the movie set with the actor that played Rocketeer. Right there on the right is Dave Stevens, the artist.
Cool.
It really was.
I thought he was the guy in the outfit.
Here he is on set there. That's got to be pretty cool to be on a set and it's all about your character and stuff, Little Jungle Comics #1 here. Look at that. Look at the richness and color on that. All red and blue in the background. I wonder if Jungle Comics is in public domain. I think it is, just the title.
I would think by this time
Eric would know where to find it. I've seen some Jungle Comics type things, as far as showing the old stuff. Let's see, the character born in those. I guess this is not Dave stuff, but I like to see some of this. People that really like the Rocketeer. I like the rounded edges on that. That even makes it nicer. Coming out of his rocket explosion there, takeoff. That's cool. Star Slayer #2, Mike Grell, Steve Olive on the colors. This one debuted the Rocketeer, Star Slayers #2, and a taunt 6-page backup story. Dave script, art, and letters. Look at the coloring
going on here.
Wonderful. 1982, I think. And these were on newsprint. There wasn't anything special about the color. I mean, about the paper. Okay, I'll go back and look at it. Tony Stark, take notes. That is the one that commands a premium. Yeah. And I had so many of the different things. I think Sheena as well. Not 100%. Yeah, Jungle Comics public. His title is public domain. Okay. Jennifer Connelly. Oh yeah. Got any presents under that tree yet? Oh, I love this one, Vanguard Illustrated.
No, I'm still trying to figure out what the hell Mama Hawk did with the lights. I can't get the damn tree to turn on.
No.
She can't come home.
These specific comics, Marvel was probably around, I don't know, I'm taking a guess, maybe 65 cents or something like that, a copy. And these were $1.50. So, they had to have something special to draw me to pay that much money. Cause that racks up, you could get 3 Marvels for like 2 Pacifics, but
right. Yeah.
Pacific were just, I mean, they had like George Perez, they had Dave Stevens, they had wonderful colors, they were doing innovative things. Okay, you said a pat. Well, now this I showed earlier. You said I passed up a Johnny Quest. That's probably why I passed it up, because we looked at it earlier.
No,
with
I
Jade
didn't
there.
say that.
Pacific Comics #2. Last appearance in Pacific Comics, 5th and final chapter, saw print a year and a half later under Eclipse Comics. Year and a half later.
Oh.
Wow, it's a long story. But
Yeah,
I had
that's great.
so many issues, and I probably had about 10 issues of this. So if there's a shortage of Rocketeer, I'm part of the problem.
Yeah, hoarder.
Because they got, I was a hoarder of every copy I could get, just about.
Yeah, I'm starving.
Rocketeer's one of the characters that I just loved from the beginning and thought was really going to do something, and it's still, if I had those in near mint condition, I mean, it would still have been a good investment. Here's that Alvira you have, number 11 from 1997.
Probably. Not near the phone at the moment. Oh, wait.
No trick.
Yep, I got that.
It's a treat. Ride that broom. She is riding it side saddle like you do a horse, guys.
Well, she's lady. Of course, she's riding side saddle.
Mm-hmm.
That's how a lady rides.
Elvira. I know you know that song. This was cool from a few years ago. This was like Rocketeer. That would look great in your hallway. Only 30 made.
Oh yeah, that would look awesome. Hell yeah, dude.
That would look great.
It would be amazing.
Blackthorn Publishing. If they're remembered for much, it'll be like one of these comics with Dave Stevens artwork, because he's got to be hard to find. Blackthorn was low on the list for a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
But Willie, don't you want to know what's inside?
No.
Boy on the Run, Dave Stevens. And Wee Willie too. So a little self-portrait of him in 1979. That looks like the character running away on that. Look at that. This is Gary Martin's recreation of Dave Stevens' Betty Page intro.
Oh, wow. Nice.
I think all that was done with a brush. Of course, Dave Stevens was
Gary.
Brush work. Oh, really? Aaron Lopresti worked for Blackthorn. They never paid him. Wow. They went under.
Oh, no shit. Wow.
Peen's on fire.
Too bad. I bet Andy would have, or Aaron would have done well over there.
At Blackthorn?
Yeah, I mean, if they ever took off, it might have been good for him, but.
Yeah, they were low on the
style,
Yeah. Here's from the magazine, a little bit larger cover space, Adventure, Dave Stevens, Rocketeer Adventure Magazine, number 2, 1989. Nicely painted. And then here's the Wally Wood original right there. Years and years and years ago. No, you can't bring in your lizard. Take it outside.
Frog boys gotta stay outside.
Here's the Dave Stevens, or I think it's Wood, maybe with Stevens, inking him.
Yeah, refreshing it.
It's a little mini series, micro series, whatever you want to call it. There's a picture of Dave Stevens there at Knox Berry Farm. Kissing one of the fake ladies there. No. Well, not everybody can, make a name for themselves, even in 53 years,
I guess, man.
I mean,
I think he's made
remembered
quite a name for himself.
If you're remembered for anything, it's good. Alien Worlds number 2 here, there, interior page. Wow. The artwork grabbed me. I didn't care about the story. Here's that piece in black and white, the Detective Comics. I like that he went all the way back to like the movie serials with the Batman cowl.
Yeah.
The old logo from the 40s. Another book there. Brush with Passion.
Brush with Passion.
Mm-hmm.
So did Dave just work strictly with brushes too?
I don't know. Yes, he did brush work. I don't know if he was totally a brush work guy or if he actually worked with Crowquill or some other.
Right.
I'm not sure on that, but yeah, it was probably mostly brush. This isn't Dave Stevens. This is John K. Snyder III, I think, but very nice Rocketeer piece with the blowing dirigible, blowing up, exploding dirigible.
Well, I know our boy Arthur T. Baird still uses a lot of brushwork on his inking.
Here was Crossfire, which was like one of the DNA agent's boyfriends, but he had his own series, and Dave Stevens did sort of Marilyn Monroe laying in the bed cover with Crossfire over him. Wonder how much they're wanting for that poster. That's a big poster, full-size poster. How much they're wanting for that. Or print. That looks like it's probably like a lithograph, of the cover. Very nice. I had that issue. Look at that. Just throw the babe over your shoulder, tied up. Does it get any better than that? Come on, man.
There you go. Got to keep a firm grip on her so she doesn't fall off.
Yeah. Indiana Jones, type thing. This isn't his work, but this is more recent, because they still have been coming out with Rocketeer. Mark Waid did some writing on a Rocketeer story in this one, I guess, but love that cover.
Boy. I'm not the biggest Mark Waid fan, but sure. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I don't blame you. He was good with expressions. Oh, Betty there coming into her. I remember that with the just being photographed and like, oh, expression lines, of surprise. Here's a painted piece he did, 1984. Arr, hey, matey. You're going over the poop deck.
I'm gonna give you a
original
what they call it,
painting
keel haul, yeah.
From Time Machine 4, Sail with Pirates, Choose Your Own Adventure book, publishing by Baron Press and Bantam Books, 1984. That's got to be obscure to find. Here was a card set that was done. There was a Kickstarter I noticed where they had these may be some of those cards. They had like 2 sets of Rocketeer cards on Kickstarter at one time. Yeah, that's them. Yeah. New Rocketeer Kickstarter campaign. There we go. Nice looking boxes, huh? Like that. Gold foil, raised, embossed.
Yeah, good looking collection.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute.
I'd love to have a Rocketeer helmet.
That sounds like cards. Is that a card game or something?
Well, I mean, it's cards with his artwork, from the panel work, okay. Rocketeer.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Betty's the queen. Go, some more interior artwork there. Rocketeer being an aviator, and this guy in the cap kind of being a sort of a sensei or mentor friend, And here is one that was done by William Stout, but inked by Dave Stevens. Nice work. And there's your lizard representation for today, Lorenzo. Nice dragon. She's got a nice tan, I would say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. I'd love to have that on a t-shirt. Here's another reinterpretation by Gary Martin of Dave Stevens' work.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm. All brushwork. When you think every straight line, everything brush, my goodness.
Yeah, I know.
The smoothness, that takes years and years and years of practice with a brush. Nothing but brush. They're fighting some kind of crab monster here. You can see
nobody wants the crab.
Yeah. They made the rocket ship very phallic. I'm just saying.
Well, they had a tendency to do that back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day. Yes.
Of course, when you look at most rocket ships even today, they're still kind of phallic shaped. So
yeah, art for arf's sake. Yes.
E.
Slurpus licked them.
Slurpus lick them.
Yeah.
Okay. That's different.
Little artist hat brush behind it. Yeah. There you go. This was also used in Alter Ego, one of the old Eclipse Airboy that we looked at with Valkyrie there.
Cool.
Number 197, if you're trying to look for that one.
That's the last piece.
Yeah, push a button and just take off. Rocket
The
strapped to your
highlights
back.
on the leather jacket and stuff right there. It's very cool.
Yeah, your eye is right there at your fist, down the arm to the shoulder to the face to the rocket to your background. It just leads your eye. Good stuff.
Yeah,
Ooh, look at that! I don't think I can break. Maybe Dave Stevens. Nice pen. Dave Stevens Rocketeer Thrill Club pen from 1990. I had one like an enameled head pen, of the Rocketeer. Wasn't like that. That's cool with the wings.
Yeah, that looks neat.
They also have a Rocketeer helmet keychain there. I might even have one of those. I may still have some of that stuff survived, that was. I may still have I may still have my Rocketeer pins and stuff like that. They did a vintage 90 Rocketeer little figure too. There wasn't much to it, plastic. You could do better with the 3D printers nowadays, but they did have some Rocketeer merch back in the day.
So I remember getting one from like a McDonald's Happy Meal or something when the movie was out. I think they had some toys out. Oh, that's wild looking.
Up there with Dave Stevens and Mark Schultz, it says, Janet. I don't know who. Let's see. Mark Schultz art. Yeah. Mark Schultz is kind of like Frank Frazetta and Dave Stevens in the styling that he's saying. Yeah. I can see that.
Okay. Yeah.
Especially the Cheesecake Girl right there. Might as well take from the best. That's what I say. See, that looks like something Gary Martin would do, but this is Dave Stevens.
Right.
Dave Stevens is in this issue here, just to let you know. I've never seen this particular comic, though. Fear and Laughter. Like the lizard prostitute or something there in the foreground. Do you see her with the blonde hair? Cobra's coming.
Hold on, let me blow it up. Oh yeah,
that's a cool.
So it's kind of like an alligator hooker.
Yeah. Yeah, got a big tail there. Fear and Laughter. That's cool. If I saw that, I'd probably pick it up. Oh, this is a famous one. Space Vixens. I think this was magazine. 3D Zone. Some of it was probably at 3D properties. I think he did Love and Rockets too. Eric, do you remember if he did Love and Rockets cover? A cover, he wasn't the main creator because that was Terry.
Right. Did some covers for it.
I remember picking up some Love and Rockets about the time I picked up She. So early 90s, about 91. She number 1 and 2. And
I think I remember Love and Rockets really coming out. It just wasn't, my kind of thing. I didn't pick it up.
Let's see. We got the Tasteful Thickness in the house. Hello, Tasteful. That's not a rocket ship. That's a penis. I still have my McDonald's glass Batman cup from the 1989 film. Good. And Glenn Fleming in the house. Randy Russ and I covered Dave Stevens this morning. Oh, I'm sorry I missed that. Yeah, he's one of the best. And next week we will be doing George Perez, one of my favorites and the artist that kind of got me into comics, into reading comics. Just kind of where it stuck. I'm sorry you're so diminutive, Shadowhawk. You're so small today on the screen. It's just because of this crazy system here.
Yeah, no, that's all good. I'm getting ready to call it early anyway, Rex. I think I'm gonna go take a nap before Mama Hawk gets home. So we got a night to ourselves tonight. Girls are gonna be out and about, so
hot
when
chocolate
the mice
with
are away, the
marshmallows.
cats will play.
Hot chocolate with marshmallows. Just saying.
Maybe.
Or whatever you want.
That's
anyway, yeah, we're gonna get out of here earlier. Hell, a little early. Get out and order a pizza or something. Eating how you like. Yeah. Yeah, getting dark here. Wow, we got an orange sky there, sort of a red sky. That's pretty neat. Coming through the trees. The last.
Right, well, hey, hello, love you, everybody. Sorry about the early night, but old Shadow is tired. He's gonna take a little nap before Mama Hawk gets home, so we can have some quality time. So
I'm gonna see what's
everybody have a great
on.
night. I will see you tomorrow, and we should be having a sardine stream. The Canfish will be a surprise, as well as the comic book review. So come on in and be surprised.
There you go. And I will probably be over on Janet from Another Planet's Friday night show. So
he's a galaxy girl.
Take care and keep collecting that Dave Stevens. It's going to be worth something one of these days. Bow for now.